Hey, welcome back, you know. 2-a-days, it's the Dan Brooks Show. It's doing the whole thing. Yeah, bro. Bro, when you get that spark, when you get that, I didn't even identify this as the light of fucking, I don't even want to say the light, bro. It's just that moment that everything kind of makes sense. Not even kind of. I'm minimizing this. What?
You just fucking feeling it?
Bro, I'm feeling it, bro. But when you feel it, you gotta make sure that, you don't hurt yourself. Because a lot of people, I did a little dance move, and it doesn't hurt at all. I did not permanently pull it. I know when my body kind of like does something like that, but I put my hand over my head, and I think Emily was like, you dance better as a woman than even I know how to dance. And I was like, yeah, I do. But I pulled my fucking left arm. What's the symbolism of that, bro? The left-hand path, incapacitated. But listen, okay? Listen. When you get that inspo, epiphany, it's an epiphany moment, bro. You fucking chase that epiphany. You gotta just do it. There's no hesitation, just do it. And that I say that after I fucking did the dance move and pulled my arm. That's a micro example, but you'll know when you feel it. For me though, I had washed before I did this. Washing was the only way that this thing for me would have even been possible. All right, hearing about whatever, I had a moment, bro, and I'll tell you, I was in the fucking gutter. I had to go. Okay, I was in the pain matrix. All right, I was in the pain matrix, and I was climbing in the pain matrix. All right, I was climbing. I had to fall. If you look at pictures of me in 2018, bro, I was a sick puppy. I was a sick man. I had been sick for a long time. And I was fucking holding on to my sickness every day and carrying that shit. I was carrying the fucking sickness. Alright? I was a sick man in 2018. And I climbed in the pain matrix. I was going for something. I really, I'm like a dog with a bone, man. When I see something, when I like, it can happen really quick. I can make a quick decision, but when I see something, and it's inspiration, I'm like a dog with a bone. I gotta go for it. Now, I wish I had more fucking epiphanies, bro. Because I have breakthroughs. I'm talking about, and melt-throughs. I'm talking about epiphany fucking moment of truth. Everything is making sense. Just like full on fucking, I don't know. It's a powerful thing. But I had that in 2018. And I happened to be in a very fucking compromised position, bro. I was going down some fucking weird paths. I was doing fucking heroin and meth. I was doing the fucking meth in order to enjoy the heroin longer, and also to somehow keep me on like some sort of fucking, predictable sleep schedule. Like, I wanted to be like a junkie who could like maintain. And it turns out if you want to be a junkie that can maintain in the pain matrix, it worked to just get really fucking high on fucking meth as well. So 2018, bro, that's where I was at. I was like a dude with prestige, man. I was following that kind of like artist who does fucking heroin thing. I was like crossing into that territory. Because I've been an artist who fucking smoked a ridiculous amount of weed every day and took fucking pills and just, did the normal fuck up kind of drug addict thing. Drug addict fucking artist. I was like, bro, I'm going to cross into like fucking rock star territory. But I wasn't a rock. I was like, in my mind, I was like, I'm the rock star of net art. My net art is the edgiest shit, bro. It's so satanic And then my glasses cut, but it's the fucking. My art is so satanic, bro. Like, it's so good. I'm so edgy. And I'm making this music, and I'm truly, if Kanye West met me today, and I could just, the only reason why I'm not fucking insanely fucking famous is because the right people haven't heard this shit. I haven't gotten into them I was convinced. I was like, but I was also like, bro, I am getting really into some fucking advanced fucking sexual fucking addiction shit, and, going really hard on the fucking, draining my fucking dopamine from my brain as hard as I can at any fucking moment that is available to me. So going hard on that shit. And I was like, okay, it's time to cross into fucking, what all the fucking real fucking Lou Reed and fucking whatever Jimi Hendrix and like, these aren't even my favorite artists. I'm just, the dudes, I was like, everyone fucking has to do drugs, man. And as a kid, I think I just figured, I was like, everyone has to do drugs. So if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. I'm going to do it with enthusiasm. I'm going to fucking pursue it. So I was in the middle of fucking pursuing that shit. And for a while, literally for the first time in my like drug user time, I was having a pretty consistently good time. I like took it to the fucking, and it was also the time that I was like figuring out that I was a douchebag. And probably before any of this shit happened, I had a phone call with fucking Wiz, like before I was doing hard drugs or whatever, and I had.
Wait, you talked to Wiz before you did hard drugs?
Bro, I did hard drugs when I was like 14.
I know, but before.
Before I started doing heroin and meth.
Yeah.
Yeah, the heroin and meth window wasn't that long. It was like I was doing like other.
You talked to Temple and stuff before that window.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, well, I found Temple like a year and a half before, maybe.
Okay.
And then it became the army. Anyway, I was fucking high out of my mind, bro. And I was like sleeping at my friend's house, and like he had cat piss on the fucking rug. But I was like, all right, I'm taking this to like the logical conclusion. And it was very real, because these people were fucking soldiers at this shit, and, and I was like, they were like talking about the rest of their lives and shit. To me, I was like, I'm just a fucking junkie, and they're like talking about, yeah, man, well, it doesn't really get that fucking gnarly till you're fucking 30, and then once, like, in your late 30s, and then you're like, okay, I've been a junkie for like 15 years, what do I do now? They're like, you still got 15 years worth of being a junkie where it's going to be just that fine feeling that you're feeling right now. The kind of like when you're on fucking the drugs, everything's worth it. All of the fucking crazy shit we got into. And also just like, I would also like cry every day, and not in like a healthy way. Like I would be fucking high and feel like euphoric. And then it would just, like, every day I would just hit a breaking point where I was, like, my life, I would, like, have a little bit of a third perspective view on me turning my body into a fucking, whatever, pleasure center. And not a woke pleasure center, and, maybe the pleasure center needs to be reclaimed, because it's not truly pleasure. It's just, like, fucking druggy dopamine, like, blast. But sometimes I've gotten that feeling while being fucking sober, and what I figured out was one day, and I was just fucking watching, like, at this point, okay, while I'm doing this, and I had a separate life to, like, my junkie life was, like, me on Weird Facebook. On Weird Facebook, I had kind of been, like, the sarcastic dude who was, like, interacting with everyone online, but there was a point where it was, like, Boom and fucking Tom and Tinkerbell. I don't think Tinkerbell never really went live, but it was like Boom, Tom, and then I think Koa was doing a daily going live. I think she went live every day, and then Wiz would go live sometimes. and it felt like literal. And then Bobby Ray like came and stayed with them, and then Bobby Ray left and was going live. And bro, this was me exiting the heroin matrix while I was still in the heroin matrix. So the matrices kind of like started to like the lasagna layers started to fucking merge. And when I wasn't, basically all I would do when I wasn't like selling carpet squares or fucking like selling all my shit to buy drugs was I would watch all the Temple people go live. And I would watch the fucking content episodes. But even more than the fucking content episodes, it was just like these fucking enthusiastic ass people wearing all white going live and at like weird like mini mansion cookie cutter homes it was like a new level of psychedelia I had never seen. It was like psychedelic sober people it was psychedelic because it was so fucking sober, and like they were like wearing all white. They were talking about things that I was like, it was like they were talking about next level shit, like a fucking hole that goes like through Antarctica and like, yeah. And they were flat earthers and what sometimes, or, you know, on a good day when it's funny and not on another day, but like also on both of those days simultaneously. And then they were also like living in like this weird, I'm from Orange County, so they were like living in these cookie cutter mini mansions. I was like, this is too fucking weird. I just went to like doing heroin in like a basement that has like, you know, an older brother who has like Down syndrome who lives there that we gotta like hide the fucking heroin from when he walks in the room. And then like there's cat piss everywhere, and like I'm like staying in bed all day like making remixes for like trans women on Instagram. That's the vibe I was coming from. And then to see this like new shit that I was like, oh, this is like Jodorowsky like to the next fucking level. And it turned out to be nothing like that. But also I've been on most of the quests that are depicted in Holy Mountain, minus the fucking Satanism, with me injecting my own Satanism because I was trying to make it more like fucking Holy Mountain or whatever. I've been in those type of situations without it ever being like psychedelic. It just felt, and I'm using that word because that's what, coming from a fucking junkie, that's what it felt like. And I would even say right now, sometimes I'm like, I don't even fucking remember I'm in a cult. I just wake up, I'm like, this is just my life. Like there's sometimes I'll have like a self-aware, it's not, I actually am self-aware. It's just like normalized. But then I'll have like a third person perspective where I was like, bro, you used to have like a job and shit. And I don't, you know, you used to have a job. Now you're fucking, just the wearing all white everyday thing is like a trip sometimes. You know, I don't know. I can think about that in all sorts of ways. But yeah, I had this fucking epiphany, man. Eventually, after dealing in that fucking world, watching them go live. Also, from joining I Hate Temple, my feed had just become infected. Like the way that Facebook got fucking wrecked was different. It was just different. Like I had a friend, like my best friend at the time, when I first found Temple, he got in the I Hate Temple group. He said that he had to leave because whenever he was on the internet, he found himself just in that group, like scrolling. And he was like, I can't do this. Like, he saw the trap. He also saw me fall into that fucking whatever. Just see, like, infection, bro. I got infected by God, bro. I got a fucking God virus. And he was like, I can't really do the whole God virus thing. Like, my mom's getting sober. My dad lives in Berlin and is fucking, like, you know, doing coke with, like, you know, the dude from Brian Jonestown Massacre. I gotta fucking chill out. I'm not ready for the fucking virus. I was like a bug chaser, bro. I, like, saw that shit. Dude, Sparky works for the fucking... Exactly. The algorithm knew that there was a fucking God moment for me. And I dived in, bro. I went all the way. Well, I didn't go all the way. It still took me a second, but eventually I went all the way. I mean, you could even debate I'm not all the way right now, bro. My O score isn't fucking. It's not like crawling around on the floor yet. You know, still hunched over. But so I have been algorithmically decimated while I was also like, okay, I'm gonna just decimate my fucking body and like my clout and just. I was like, okay, at the same time, there's like God, and I'm gonna fucking go into Satan for a second because I'm not gonna get ripped off. I'm not gonna go directly into God without going into the fucking Satan. But in a fucking, I found love in a fucking hopeless place, man. I will say it again. And if I ever do sermons, bro, that's just one that I found love in a hopeless place. And I know that was probably fucking written by a clone in the fucking cloning centers. Because, I mean, it's, you know, it's very Smells Like Teen Spirit-esque vibes. But I will be honest, though. Satanism implied enough, whatever. I know it sounds a lot like a cloning center. I did find fucking love in a hopeless place. I'm going to put my hands up for this one. I found love in a hopeless place. I'm not. I'm gonna fucking cross myself because I don't. You know, you speak Rihanna's name too many times, things get weird. I didn't actually say her name though. Yeah, bro. I just at some fucking point, I was like, I would like listen to fucking Koa's fucking lives. And like sometimes there's a couple times I was like nodding out to that shit. It was like, okay, it's just what I wanted to do all day. Then I figured out, fuck, bro, to be able to get closer to this thing, because like right now I'm just doing heroin and fucking putting on General Koa like to fucking listen to. And I was like, if I want to get close to that thing, I have to put down the heroin. And I was like, I guess like who wants to stay a fucking like. Your smaller being wants to stay a fucking junkie because it feels good, but like the bigger part of me is like, a junkie, like that's not really what I planned, bro. That's not really like we said we weren't gonna be we said we weren't gonna do heroin. It's like me and my fucking whatever, my inner. It was like me and fucking my Christ concept inside me, and I was like, bro, we made a promise to ourselves we weren't gonna do heroin, even though we kind of also made a promise to ourselves that we were gonna do heroin. So it's like a double thing. But we said, all right, we're not gonna do fucking. We're not gonna go down this path. So I had a fucking moment. I was like, if I gotta get closer to this shit, I gotta fucking get off drugs. And I did. Pretty quick. Now, all of the times I've quit shit in my life, I did it instantly. I like did it in a day. I just went cold turkey. It's the only way that really worked for me. And I'm not recommending it's the way for anyone. But when you have the inspo, you just fucking go and you get that fucking inspo. So I got the fucking inspo, bro. And then I went and I joined I got sober and I joined Day Life Army. And it happened pretty quick because I was like trying to be a URL soldier and then it was just like, why not come IRL? So I came IRL. I did the fucking thing. And I talked to Wiz, and Wiz told me that fucking I had a conversation with him about my art being fucking inconsequential. And I still got like love for the shit that I made. I don't actually have low self-esteem about my creative abilities. I just recognize now that was my fucking juvenilia, bro. And Pitchfork thought it was fucking whatever. My music was even described as childish. That's what people said it was. They said it was fucking as like a good thing. Like it was like kids fucking playing with fucking toy music. Which is creepy, actually. It's, But it was because it was just me fucking being a kid. And making some fucking kid shit. But, yeah, bro. I fucking took a risk. I had that moment. I had the fucking come to go. I realized everything was fucking made sense. I just fucking went for it, bro. Two for fucking Thursday, man. And I'm not even gonna fucking talk about you. Because you can watch this and you can apply it to yourself. Alright? You can see all the places that me, as that fucking person, was not very different from you, bro. And it takes all type of people. All kinds of people. To make what life's about. And y'all all got your own version of the fucking thing. And that's beautiful. Cash.me/dogsignwashitall. PayPal.me/washitall. Bro, after a story like that, you gotta smash my fucking PayPal. And you want to hear more about it? You want to hear the end? Bro, it just keeps going. That was just the build. So, check it out, bro.